Back in 2018, Jurassic World made the big leap to the mainland, with the promise of dinosaur attacks being a giant issue with the next installment. The fans knew that behind the scenes of the original trilogy, Steven Spielberg abandoned his initial idea for Jurassic Park 3 of dinosaurs on the mainland so he could beat Mighty Joe Young and Godzilla in the late 90s by putting wild animals in the city first, and he let the T-Rex loose in San Diego at the end of The Lost World. When I got out of Fallen Kingdom, my initial thoughts were, okay, so we're actually going to do that movie now. You know, the actual movie of dinosaurs loose everywhere and causing havoc. But alas, this is not what the filmmakers ended up doing. But that doesn't mean that they didn't have some cool ideas going on before committing to that different idea. Like I've mentioned before several times in the past, guys, I am a big fan of Jurassic Park and The Lost World. And this unused concept art and the ideas for what dinosaurs in the mainland could have been in the newer movie, it's some of the coolest stuff I've seen from Jurassic World like ever, and it just leaves me to wonder what happened. What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about this abandoned Jurassic World stuff that was made while they were still prepping the ending of Fallen Kingdom. Now, I've done a few videos before in the past on how different some of those ideas were going to be, but this stuff right here sounds bizarrely different, and it totally looks like it would have been teeing up the final movie, Dominion, to be a much more expansive and much more dinosaur invading sort of film. In fact, the title itself, like, think about this, guys, Dominion. If you know anything about, I research a lot of theology lately, and I know just the word Dominion, guys. It didn't make sense to me after seeing the last movie, because I think the idea of dinosaurs kind of becoming a dark threat to humanity was never really achieved. So they're like Jurassic World Dominion, like the dinosaurs' dominion over the earth, but that's not what that movie was at all. It's like, what's that title even mean? It's a kind of title that I don't understand it, to be honest with you. But if we look at some of these alternate ideas for when dinosaurs actually got to the mainland, some of it is relatively similar, like this idea of the T-Rex roaring at the lion in the California Zoo. Only in the mock-up of the idea, the T-Rex actually kills a giraffe and had some of the animals around it walking around like they'd been freed out of their cages during the attack or something. Something's going on here. And all in all, it's a very different feel. And they even used an image from the first Jurassic Park to make this concept art. So they're selling something much less like, oh, they're out in our world, and more like, oh yeah, they're out in our world and we're in trouble. But if you thought that was different, just check this out, man. Here we have a guy hunting a bear, only to have a massive silhouette of the Tyrannosaurus looming in the background. Now, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, man. This is what I wanted the final movie in the Jurassic World trilogy to be. It's what it should have been gearing up to, and this is what I think the whole series was kind of building towards. I can already imagine how dark and ominous a scene like this in live action would play out if they committed to this kind of tone in the concept art, but there's also a shot of a bear darting across a dark road at night with a Tyrannosaur in hot pursuit, like right in front of somebody's car. Again, with the only light source being from the car's headlights, so everything's dark, everything's quiet at night, and you just see this thing like dart out in front of your vehicle. It's the idea of a giant-sized animal juxtaposed with a normal modern-day creature in a shot like this after we know they got out. I mean, I just think this stuff looks awesome. Look, guys, I'm someone who really enjoys the whole idea of dinosaurs getting loose and tearing stuff up while also keeping the whole dark science fiction angle intact, because this is kind of what Jurassic Park built itself off of. A T-Rex and other dinosaurs attacking animals after they've escaped from the islands. That sounds awesome. And how was none of this really expanded upon in the last movie? What happens? Like, if you look at this concept stuff, you're like, okay, the ideas they were playing around with here are dark. This is cool. This is like, you know, it's life finds a way, and that's not always a good thing in terms of dinosaurs breaking out, you know, so what happened? I mean, I don't know, but look, there's also the expansion of another scene that we've talked about for a while now, where the Mosasaurus attacked a whaling ship. That was supposed to be the beginning of Fallen Kingdom, when they were just toying around with stuff. Only this time, it looks like it actually does some serious damage to the boat, and it even has some casualties. Humans are like falling off, and the whole thing looks like it's about to capsize. And they did put this in Dominion, only not really. I mean, why did they tame everything down? Another scene with either the Indoraptor Indoraptor, or maybe just Blue, or some other velociraptor, it jumps on top of a car while it's trying to speed away it, and it looks like it's at night. Again, it just gives me Komodo vibes, which, by the way, check out my review of that 1999 movie over on Dragon Curve if you're interested. But there's also this shot of the Tyrannosaurus invading Los Angeles. In a shot, look, this is clearly reminiscent of The Lost World, only it looks like it's a little more dark, but I don't know, man. All in all, this is the kind of stuff that I think would have actually helped build suspense around the idea of dinosaurs loose in our real world, and it's really weird to me that they didn't go with any of that. Now look, there's other scenes where some of the dinosaurs are captured and put into a circus, like this Parasaurolophus, or even a certain set of alternate scenes where it looks like the T-Rex was supposed to chase a man through a destroyed bus, probably during the beginning of JP5, but no matter which way you cut it, this concept art just looks way more formidable and dangerous in comparison to what they made. And look, we gotta give everything its credit and due. Like, the beginning of Fallen Kingdom, it's pretty cool, it's pretty dark, it's pretty moody, and a lot of people, even if they wound up hating that movie, they said, look, that right there, if the whole movie was like that, they would have loved it.
Cut it now!
Give him a job!
You're gonna die here!
And I know that there are some people that enjoyed Dominion, but me personally, I really wish we had gotten to see something like this, something like the ideas they were playing with here, which in general is just a back to basics approach of dinosaurs loose attacking people. It looks like a lot of this is actually centered around the redwoods forest of the Lockwood Manor, by the way, at least in tone and visual, like, iconography of trees. So I think the whole idea of a sequel picking up immediately after, you know, where Fallen Kingdom left off, with Dr. Alan Grant, Dr. Ellie Sattler, and Dr. Ian Malcolm all kind of showing up to help wrangle the dinosaurs right after that movie. I can just imagine seeing them in that environment at night while the dinosaurs are tearing through everything and attacking people. That kind of sounds like something that would have been way more serious in terms of an immediate threat. Whereas in the next movie, the dinosaurs, nobody really cared that they were out in the real world. It was just kind of like, oh, yep, there they are, and they're just like a normal animal. Look, bottom line, these ideas that they never used for the last Jurassic World movie, or are really just the last bit of Fallen Kingdom that would have built up the last movie, you know what I'm talking about, sound awesome. And there's something that I genuinely think would have helped people enjoy the whole experience more. I'd still like to see something like this one day, but I have enough videos on my channel talking about what direction they should really take and go in as far as dinosaurs loose everywhere is concerned. I'm still holding out hope for a survival horror video game or a new movie set in the 90s, but, and this is a big but, only if they get the proper creative team behind it that could do this tone justice. Look, I think when you go back and look at the stuff, you just realized, wow, the Jurassic World stuff, when they took the dinosaurs off the islands, this was supposed to be way darker, and the ideas they were playing with sound way more interesting. I mean, a T-Rex chasing down a bear, the idea of dinosaurs being kind of rounded up and put in a circus even, or just velociraptors attacking cars, and they're on freeways, and mosasaurs capsizing boats. Instead, we get a little joke in Dominion about a compy getting attacked by a cheetah. Like, what? Like, anyways, look, those are all just my own thoughts and opinions on the subject matter. What do you guys think? Are any of these scenes something that you would have liked to have seen in the movies? Or are you a fan of what they eventually did run with? I've given my thoughts, man. I really wish that they had, you know, honed in on that dark, atmospheric, nighttime redwoods forest, dinosaurs attacking everybody sort of a feel. But hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Hey guys, real quick, I just want to let you guys know that I just did a review of one of my favorite movies of all time that's not Jurassic Park, and also from Steven Spielberg. My thoughts on the original Jaws are now uploaded over on Dragon Curve. Link in the description, by the way, so if you're interested, please check it out. I had a blast talking about that movie, and I think a lot of you will too. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on it, because Jaws, man, that is about as proto-Jurassic Park as you can get. But yeah, thanks for taking the time and listening this long. I'll see you guys later. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video, and as always, take it easy.